Good mornings, Miss Lady T. It's yesterday. Sorry about that. Do you know how many police are around you right now that you don't even know about? I'm just saying. I know I don't get on here and pull cards every time. What was I calling it? Like a visual. Oh, I called myself the five senses psychic, okay? Just because you use all five of your senses, there's a reason why you have taste, touch, sight, and hearing. You got to use all these. And this, your third eye. Right now, started a new job. There's reasons for everything. I believe I was supposed to have this job. A little tiring. It's my day off, so time for videos, because I got to record this dog. Right now, I currently have 5 people actively sending me bad energy, spell work, whatever they're doing. Confirmation. And if I don't, caution lights, car driving by with the yellow lights flashing. This is not coincidence. I notice this all the time. I work weird hours, sometimes very early in the morning. Sometimes I gotta get up way early to let my dog out. So I'm, the other day, I think it was yesterday, I was out there about 1:30 in the morning, something like that. Here, yeah, she's on hike right now. Because, like I said, I got 5 people actively right now sending me spell work. And if I don't get on here and do this, it just continues. So, and I want to do this anyway. I use the excuses. My hair ain't done. My makeup's not. It's getting the message out so people can learn from this and know that this isn't all coincidence. Okay. Went out at 1:30. And stalkers. One this morning. Night before last, my ex-husband. Could hear him coming 10 minutes before he got here. He didn't pull in or nothing. I knew it was him. It was a motorcycle. Of course, he's got the mask and stuff on. I knew it was him. A couple times past my house. A lot of people's watching you. This is what I'm taking for this. At work, I counted. This is trees and stuff. I take my smoke breaks or whatever. And there's a large dying tree, which means that whoever was on top and was running the show is slowly just not going to be anymore. And next to it was a shorter tree, abundant, green, whatever. And as I'm standing there smoking, I counted like 15, maybe 14, 15, 16 trees. One of those were dying out too. So you have at least 16 people, wherever you work or wherever you go, undercover, whatever, they're watching you. Okay? My suggestion is to you, if you don't feel balanced, pray. Because there's times that you can get unbalanced or get frustrated or want to lash out. Don't. I know it's hard. Don't. You got at least 15 good people watching you. Wherever you're at, wherever you're working, maybe around your house, maybe at your job. They look like you and me. This is why they're undercover, because they look so normal and they act so normal. But if you pay attention and listen to how they talk, and my first day, I noticed stuff, and it was just like, okay, you don't say nothing. You just be known. Be known you're being watched and you're being protected, whether you know it or not, good or bad. You're being protected, but I'm sure there's just as many bad as there is good. Balance. There's always balance. The universe balances everything out. Even though you think it's imbalanced and you may feel all, you got to be balanced to catch the shit. So yesterday, I ran out of smokes, and I had to buy some smokes at the store I work at. And I always buy these certain kind of cigarettes or whatever. And it's not good to smoke. I need to try to really concentrate on not doing that stuff. It will, and hold you back sometimes. I had to buy another brand of cigarettes. And I usually don't buy this brand of cigarettes because my ex used to smoke them. And it's connection. I just don't. I try to cut off all connections. I don't talk to him. I don't see him. Nothing. He is still present around because of what I did. I buy my same kind of cigarettes across the street all the time. No weird dreams, no nothing, because they're trying to infiltrate, get in your dream state. Because you're blocked him in the 3D. You blocked him. You ain't talking to nobody. If so and so pops out, okay, that's dude, whatever. Nah, I ain't talking to him. It's bad. Did they leave? Oh, he's leaving. Every day. Every day. And I was out at 1:30 in the morning walking my dog. Store's been shut down. Across the street was closed for at least an hour and a half. Patrolling the parking lot, which that's what they're doing. They're, patrolling your town. But when they stop and you make it so they make it so obvious that they gotta watch you because they believe that you're gonna reveal something that they're doing. And heaven forbid their lies come to surface and the truth comes out. Let me tell you, you can bury a lie so damn deep, but eventually the truth will surface. And I'm not lying about this. It could be 52 years of a lie, and it will surface. When it's divine timing, when the time is right, the truth will surface. Anyway, back to my cigarette story. I bought another pack of cigarettes, and it was actually cheaper than the cigarettes I buy across the street. So I'm like, maybe I should start smoking. No, don't, because they are connected to something and someone. And it was funny because the day before when I was going into work, a customer was going through the self-checkout, and they wanted the same kind of cigarettes. And of course, the person at the self-checkout has to go get the cigarettes for them, to purchase. So I bought the same pack of cigarettes yesterday because I'd ran out. And, had to get home, and I was like, I want a cigarette after work. So I bought this pack of cigarettes, went outside, smoked a couple, ran into, it was 3 or 4 of friends, ex-friends, I'm going to say, because I don't associate with these people anymore. I don't think they're up to good intent. One offered me a ride home, which it's about 3 or 4 blocks. It was hot yesterday, and I'm just like, I appreciate it. So I went outside and smoked my cigarettes that I got. That was my ex's cigarettes. I always carry protection with me, so I wasn't worried. I prayed. Yeah, let me grocery shop and I'll be back out, and I can drive you back up the street. Cool. It was, very nice. Cool. No problems. Took me home, dropped me off. Cool. This person's never done anything bad that I know of to me, but still, it doesn't make, them a holy person or whatever. You can tell usually if they're karmic or not, because of the questions they ask you. And this person asked me, are you going to quit doing your YouTube stuff? No. I said, there's too many strange shit that goes around in my house for me to ever quit doing this. And unless something crazy, nothing's going to stop me from getting this out. Confirmation. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. And he just kind of like, whatever. I don't know. It's dangerous walking, blah, blah, trying to kind of put fear into me. F fear. I usually say fuck fear. But you know what I'm saying, okay? Fear is another tool they will use to mess with you. Anyway, took me home, dropped me off, and I'm smoking these cigarettes. And eventually, later in the day, I went across the street and got my regular cigarettes. Well, I hadn't slept too good the night before. Very early shift. So I was pretty exhausted. And I know people can get short-tempered and stuff when they're really tired and they're hungry and they haven't ate and they've been at work all day. Keep your peace. Keep your peace. Even though I was tired, even though my legs hurt from walking all work shift and everything. It's okay. I took my dog out and all that stuff. And finally I got to sleeping pretty good on the couch last night. And fell asleep. I must have had a hard sleep. Because my ex was in my dream, which he hasn't infiltrated my dreams in a very long time. And I got to thinking, like, how in the hell did you get in my dream? I'm smoking cigarettes. So he found a way in. There's a little crack. The karmics find a crack to get in there, they will. And mind you, I've never talked to this person since January. It's been 8 full months since I've talked to this person. In my dream, dressed up to the nine, very handsome, and I was just like, oh, how are you? And he's like, and it was weird. He's like, I'm going to take your mom into the store. And mind you, my mom is in a nursing home, and she's 89. Not doing the best, but still with us, and, you know, all well and good. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait out here. And I guess I was in a car or truck or something in my dream. And he had this royal blue shirt on. And in my dream, he was just the most handsome I've ever seen him. And this is how they try to get you. You know, and I'm not calling him evil, bad, the devil or anything, but just in general, devil, demons, bad energies, not going to come at you with horns coming out their head. I mean, they might eventually. Stuff coming out their head and scary. They're not going to come at you like that. You're not going to trust that. You're not going to go up to that. Oh, God, that guy looks pretty bad, pretty evil. I'm not getting next to that, you know. But in my dream, dressed to the nine, handsome, royal blue shirt. Not sure what the royal blue shirt had. I've never seen him in his shirt. And he's like, I want to take your mom into the store. I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting out. And I can see them through the window in my dream, through the window of the car and the window of the store. And they're standing in line. And checking out, I guess. And mind you, my mom's bedridden right now, and in my dream she was up walking around, and she was more than willing to go in the store with him. And I'm waiting. He comes back out, and my dream switches back into my house. And it's like, where's my mom? He goes, I got your mom. And I'm just like, damn, you know. So be aware of that, of your parents, if they're still with you. You know, you're blessed. They're still with you. There's my nose. When I start channeling, my nose starts kicking up. And he was in my dream, and he said, I got your mom. And in my dream, it was like he was wanting me to do stuff with him. I didn't. It was like I almost did, but I didn't. And then I woke up, and I'm like, damn it, you got in my dream. Now, it wasn't scary or nothing. It was just kind of taking a message or whatever. But in my head, it was like, I got your mom. That's all I can really hear from this dream. And when he was in my dream, and I see him in this, and after he said this, in my dream, he's standing in my doorway in my dream, and over here on my stereo, in my dream, his phone is laying there, and it starts ringing, and I'm standing here. And he's went back in the kitchen, or he was getting ready or something. I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't there in my dream, but I seen his phone ringing. And I wouldn't answer it, I didn't look to see who it was, because I was, you know, suspecting some infidelity and cheating. In my dream, his phone rings. And I see it ringing, and I see, like, you know, not really a picture. I'm City Ice. Somebody needs to chill out. Oh, they want me to chill out because I'm talking too much. And the mail is significant. And integrity. You have integrity. This is why I call my 5 senses psychic time. I use everything. I mean, I can use cards. I get more information watching things, watching people, watching the actions around me. Phone rings in my dream. And I hear him say, oh, fuck, in my dream. And then I woke up. And it was just like, got you. But it was just, she's just acting the most right now. Anyway, I come out of this dream. And I went back to sleep eventually and started dreaming again. And I think he tried to get in that dream too, but there wasn't nothing. And I do write all my stuff down every day. And yesterday I was at work all day, so my page was totally empty. When I got home, I filled out my page. Last night after I wrote this dream, I must have wrote down everything, and that's the first page. And then the next page, I got so many downloads, it was like, you know, when you're learning a new job, you're very concentrated on your job and work. And you know, I try to keep my third eye open at work too, but when you're learning stuff, you got to pay attention to what you're learning, you know. Trying to learn the job. And when I got home, I just started thinking of different things and different people. And not saying everybody at my work has been amazing. I hope you find my videos. That's cool. I like my job. It's cool. It's. They don't like me talking. But this is, you know, I've only got 4 energies watching, I guess, right now. But they're intent. Nobody works around here because they're all worried about what I'm doing, I guess. I don't know. They might have different situations. I don't talk to these people. I got a morning this morning. But, and my job is very physical. And they have to keep up with me. For some reason, I don't know why. I feel most of these people, you know, they've had better jobs, 2 incomes. You know, have been doing a lot better than I have. You know, not for long. But all of a sudden, I see these people riding bikes. I'm not saying who, they know who they are. They watch me. I'm sure they do. They have, if you exercise, they have to exercise. If you put on slippers, they got to put on, if you're wearing pink, they'll put on pink. I'm telling you, I cannot make this shit up. So I just been in this job 5 days. Very physical. Got bruises. I mean, just broke nails. I mean, that one was bleeding yesterday, and then I broke this one. I mean, just, you know, it's going to happen when you're working, you know. But I see these people exercising, and in like the 16 years I've been here, I've not seen anybody around me on bikes, exercising, you know, back and forth on bikes, or pedaling, or walking, or anything. And I hadn't gotten too much exercise up until this job, which I think this is another reason I've gotten this job, to get more physical activity. And still keep up the house, still do the laundry, you know, still make sure everybody's fed, all that stuff. The city truck has caution cones in the back. Ice truck's leaving. And just being aware of your surroundings. You know, one of those big old jet planes that I put on one of my shorts, flying over day before yesterday, real low again. If you don't know what that is, like a military plane. There's people exercising, because I'm getting more exercise. But it's just very enlightening. It's just like they're waiting to see if I'm just going to be crashed out and tired. And I was tired yesterday, and I tried to sleep a couple times. And you still got to get your stuff done. Whether you're working, not working, you're tired or not tired, you still got to keep up your house. You still try to keep up your cleaning, keep up everything. Yeah, that's, you know, part of it. But it's just different things, and I'm not going to talk about every little thing that I got downloaded. Some of this stuff is, you know, personal, sensitive, I guess, as far as other people, and I'm not trying to call people out. I am, but I'm not. I'm not putting names out or saying this one or that one, you know. That's not what I'm here for. It's the message. Heart necklace is very significant. Notice this, and I prayed over this yesterday, and I think this was another gateway too, because a couple of my necklaces are missing that I had, but see the blue in it and the fish and stuff. I have earrings to match it. I love them. I think it's cool. But anyway, a couple of my necklaces and a couple of my rings that match that necklace was missing. I took that necklace off yesterday, by the way, and I prayed over it, because they can connect to everything, anything. If they've been in your home, and this person I'd been with for 7 years off and on, they've been in my home 10 times, a lot of times, a million times, you know. They can connect to anything in your home, curse anything in your home, you know, that's what they do. It's your job to figure out confirmation. It's your job to figure out what the hell it is. Pray over it, you know, clean it. You know, not saying you have to throw it all away. Some things it's better to just, you know, get rid of, especially like gifts and stuff they've given you that might have some kind of connection. RTA. But yeah, just be aware of everything going on. I'm trying to read this. Been channeling different celebrities. That's interesting. Channeled Ozzy. Channeled Lady Diana. And these are all people connected to different songs. I was watching a TikTok compilation. They was talking about how Princess Diana buried a time capsule, and I guess they dug it up, and it's from like 1985. And it had different things in it, you know, scrunchies, different things. They really don't like me talking. And she's been out. She's fine. They will attack, you know, they'll try to attack everything that's around you. It just knows I'm doing my job. Anyway, they pulled out a Kylie Minogue CD from this time capsule. So now when I say, can't get you out of my head, you know, Kylie Minogue song. So when that song comes on, I believe these people are angels and spirits. They're watching you, okay? They're not here to hurt you. They're here to help. And some might be here to hurt, you know. I'm very musically inclined, so I attach songs to different people. Like, my dad is Hello by the Cars. Ozzy, I Just Want You. See You on the Other Side. He will come in, and I channeled him one time. It was pretty weird. It was cool. It's like, I'm messing with your dog. About that time, she's rolling on her back, kicking around, and just acting. She wasn't getting hurt or nothing, and he's like, ha ha. It was cool. I probably talked about that before. Princess Diana, I haven't really channeled her, but Kylie Minogue comes on at work. Last night when I had my dog out, late at night, that was the night before. A car drove by last night. Can't get you out of my head, and I'm like, Kylie Minogue again. So I'm always looking up at the stars. And last night was cloudy, so there wasn't much to look up at. I see this. I have a bat that flies around, right before sunset. He's flying around. I'm like, bat signal, just like they did the guy off of Friends or whatever. He was putting up different warnings and different things, like calling out for help, like something's going to happen to him, and he ended up being unalived or whatever, and he put up the bat signal, the mat signal or whatever. Oh, they're really hating this. I mean, this is my purpose, and I'm walking in my purpose, so if they don't like it, I don't know what to tell them. I do return to senders constantly. And this is to let you know, too, you're on the right track. But yeah, just different songs, and I've talked about that before, but it's very interesting how the universe will communicate with you. And I do watch tarot, so I do get some information off tarot. But I'm getting pulled away from tarot a little bit because there's so many different tarot readers, good and bad, that it's not necessary to hear everything that every tarot reader is saying. And when I first started on this journey, I did. I binge watched tarot till I was just like, just overwhelmed, until I backed off a little bit, and I'm just like, I watch more of the internet news stuff going on, and I pull downloads from that too, and songs, like I said. But yeah, just it's amazing. It's simply amazing, this journey I'm on. Even though it's been good and bad, smooth and bumpy. I mean, it's just been confirmation for most amazing experience. I'm just going to cut the deck, see what happens. Just to say, in tarot, strength. You do have strength. You do have strength and vibrancy. Is that Queen of Wands? Because you're always on guard. Not that you can't let your guard down sometimes, but you got to know when to keep it up and when to let it down. And that can be tricky too. I'm still friendly to everybody. I still wave at my neighbors, even though I know people are doing the most right now. And it's spiritual. Nothing 3D. Everybody in the 3D is, hi, and how you doing? Hi. The veil, there's no veil for me. I see everything. And there might be some veil just to keep me in my right mind. But the universe will let me see what I'm supposed to see, and to apply it to my life, to get the message out, to talk about it. So, as always, be aware. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to people. Be nice to everybody. I don't give a shit if they're being mean. Protect yourself. I mean, don't let people hurt you in the physical, that kind of thing. You gotta, Archangel Michael. The name Michael is coming up in my life so many times. I must have heard it probably 100 times in the last week. You are being protected. Don't think you're not. Spirit will let you experience things you're supposed to experience, and things that's harmful, they will protect you from. And I firmly believe this. Archangel Michael is watching you. And your spirits, your spirit guides, and God, they're watching you. So stay diligent. Stay aware. A-S-E. A-S-E. Ace. Ace. You're an ace. Write that down today. I started a new paper and I'm just like, it's blank right now. A-S-E. These are all new ones. Some of these are new ones. I got integrity and global so far. Wrote down that I am love, I am peace, I'm abundant, I am successful, I am healthy. God is within me. I trust Jesus, faith, hope, joy. And this is how I start. And I've probably showed you this before. Let me show you. This is how my day starts. It's affirmations just to get your day going good and get you thinking that you are successful, you are love, you are peace, you are abundant. Confirmation. But I do this every day. I draw money bags on there. I draw hearts. It's manifestation. But I think I'm going to have to take her out and get rid of this energy that they're projecting over here. But Miss Lady T, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the donations. Very much appreciated. Have a great Thursday. A little rainy today, but the sun's supposed to come out. Now I got to get this dog out. She gets this energy, and it's not the greatest energy. And if I don't get to her, she starts acting crazy. But anyway, love ya. God's watching you, over you. You protected. It's Lady T.